All right, I received a very long question, in fact, two questions on the contact page. But rather than reading you the whole thing, I'm going to cut to the chase and sort of give you the gist of the problem so I can answer the question here for the person who wrote this long email without giving away everything and without boring you to tears with a long story, because it's long and I don't think me reading it to you is going to be as interesting as if I had somebody on the phone or on a video and we were talking it through together. So let me just say it to you this way. How could I best apply the commitments to the same contractor base in a construction site over and over again and continue to establish a sense of value when it's quite a transactional sale at their level? So this is a question about differentiation and about creating a preference. That's the first thing that you need to know. Many of us competitors all have great relationships with the contractor base. They consider many of us friends. So what are some of the key commitments you've identified as differentiators in this type of industry? Okay, so let's talk about the construction industry. My only experience there is putting stucco on houses when I was a kid, and I hated that job, and I've never worked in construction. I've never sold it. So I'm just going to tell you general selling principles because I've never sold what you sold. One more detail, from the time a project is awarded to the contractor to ordering our material could be 3 to 18 months, so there's a lot of time to win, lose, and win again after the contractor has the award. Okay, couple things here. First and foremost, it's great that you have a relationship and it's great that you're considered a friend, but that's not what selling is about. Selling is about creating value for another person, and so we want maximum relationship value and we also want maximum economic value. That's the spot where we're a trusted advisor. This contractor, sometimes they can specify you, but in your note you said sometimes they're adding or equal, so they're opening it up for competitive bids at that time because they're going to do what's right for their business. So what's right for their business? That's the question that you have to answer. Selling is about differentiating by creating greater value for someone than anyone else can, or at least your competitors. The other thing that it's about is about creating a preference. And when they have no preference, then you're going to be a commodity and they're going to go from one to the next, always trying to pit you against each other on price. So what is the commitment that you really need? I know the construction industry well enough to know that it's not customary to have long-term relationships and buy the same thing where somebody's locked in for a period of time. But that is the commitment that you need. You need a commitment to say, I've treated you transactionally by bidding jobs one-off every time, rather than coming in and applying my best thinking and my best work to helping you actually win your bids and helping you do a better job with what I supply you, by giving you additional resources, by training your people to be able to use it more efficiently and driving out the cost in your business. And what I want to ask you to do is reset our relationship. I want to ask you for the opportunity to share with you 5 ideas that I believe could create greater value for you and put more money in your pocket over time. And in exchange for that, I'd like to ask you to explore the idea of having a longer term relationship where we have a year together to do the best work that we can and where I am specified for you. And I want to do that if it makes sense. Can we talk about it? So the first commitment, again, is a commitment to explore change. And then we need to explore, does it make sense to change? And can we give them some sort of security so they have this concern, well, what if your price is higher and you're locking me in and I can get it cheaper? And I've got to be able to have this conversation to say, look, you're going to be able to get it cheaper, but you're not going to be able to get the insight and the training for your guys, and you're not going to get all the other things that I can do to create this additional value. I don't pretend that anything that I ever say here or that I write on the blog is easy to do. None of it's easy. But it is what we're charged to do as business people and as sales leaders, is to figure out how to create greater value so that we create that preference and so we can get that longer term relationship where we don't treat our clients like they're transactional and they don't treat us like we're transactional. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. This is every day.